All right, everybody, welcome to Politics at Work. This is our brand new episode where we are doing interview style conversations, and we will take the same approach that we do on regular episodes, where I give my view, Jonathan gives his view, and then find the common ground and just have good discussion around relevant topics. Today with us, we have Awkward. He is a musician, activist, journalist, joining us from New York. And today we will be discussing the 10 demands for justice. So welcome. Tell us a little bit, how did those demands come to place?
Thank you for having me. Pretty organically, in late May, we kind of came together, a smaller group at first, and eventually expanded to about a dozen people, initially with the intention through one individual who ended up leaving the group to address racism in policing, prosecution, and sentencing, something that she was kind of inspired to do in the same way that many have gone to the streets to protest and have picked up on, a cause that I've been championing for years, Black Lives Matter, and, racial and social justice. But, I was pretty determined to refocus on full abolition. That's abolition of police and prisons. And really everyone else in the group was, committed to that cause as well. It's basically taking what has become, all of a sudden no longer this incredibly radical concept of defunding police and taking it a step further. We worked for weeks and weeks on this, getting feedback and incorporating feedback from leaders from the Black community, from the abolitionist community, fine-tuning this, making it as detailed and as comprehensive as possible. Also speaking with immigrant communities and indigenous communities, because we wanted this to be all-inclusive. We released it like in late June, and the way we kind of see it is that defunding police is the groundwork. It's the first step, defunding and demilitarizing on the road to full abolition, with a lot of incremental, very clear, actionable steps along the way.
Great. And I think that's a great approach, because the problem that we see right now is that very little amount of the time that the police force spends out in the streets is really to prevent crime. And most of the time that they spend is looking for things that really are not impacting other people's lives. And we know that there is big money in this from the prison system, from the military industrial complex, and how they arm the police forces all over the country. So I think there is a heavy incentive for police to really go target certain people. Absolutely. We know that there are many bills that have been created over the last 4 or 5 decades that really target minorities. And of course, it's not directly worded that way, but you can think of how they were designed around the time they were designed.
And all you have to look at is, all you have to look at is someone who's considered a Democrat, and the way he talked about the crime bill, Joe Biden referring to Black people, the bill itself may not include language, we are targeting this population, but the way that the legislators, kind of corral their kinfolk is through that aggressive language. And that is what underlies all of it. Certain communities, as you said, are criminalized. Poverty is criminalized. Race is criminalized. And the way certain communities are policed is with the intention of arresting as many people as possible to, fill the jails and fill the prisons and, make profit for corporations.